Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mustansar Yaqub and I am English language and IELTS trainer. Today I would like to discuss about the IELTS strategy. How do you have to start IELTS preparation? Well, most of the students, they think that it's just a piece of cake. Well, the IELTS is not that much easy. You have to make yourself ready for this test in a well appropriate time. If you don't give good time to IELTS practice, then you are not going to get your expected band. I would like to give you some tips that how can you start IELTS preparation. Now let's get it on. The very first module, as you know, is speaking, and in speaking it's not just that you prepare your English for IELTS. Well, you have to be used to with English language. If you think that only you are going to prepare the three parts of IELTS speaking and then you will be performing very well in IELTS, I don't think you will get succeeded. So you have to start speaking English language before you go for IELTS test. You learn the basics of the English language. You must know that when, where and how we use which form of the verb. In IELTS speaking, there are numerous questions. They are regarding present, past, future as well as imaginative future. Well, in IELTS speaking, the main and the most important thing is that you must be familiar with the present simple tense, past simple tense and future simple tense. So these three tenses are the main tenses of English language. I think if you learn how to use these three tenses, you can of course give good performance in IELTS speaking. Although the other tenses, they are also important, but these three tenses are very crucial. So you have to not only learn the tenses, you must practice. I mean, when you go for IELTS speaking, you must be fluent and you must be used to, and you speak natural English and you feel relaxed and confident, and these things you can get only when you speak English in your day-to-day life. So speaking is not like that you just prepare the three parts of IELTS and then you go for it. You must speak English fluently, naturally, confidently in your day-to-day life, and then you go for IELTS speaking, and I bet you will get very excellent band in IELTS speaking. Let's talk about writing. In writing, as you know, that there are two tasks. The first one is either the letter writing if you are going to appear for journal training, and the report writing if you are going to appear for academic IELTS. And the task 2 is essay writing, and that is the same in both IELTS. Well, you have to start writing something before you appear for IELTS. You can start writing something very small, and you just see that if your writing is understandable and the message or the ideas that you are putting into words, are they understandable by the reader? And again, tenses are very important. When you practice IELTS writing, you must know that in which tense you are writing, and you must be familiar with the structure of the sentences. In IELTS writing, letter writing is much easier than report writing. In report writing, you have got to have analytical approach, because when you look at the picture, there are different things. You have to analyze that which information is important that you are going to put in your report writing. And you know, in essay writing there is only a statement. It's not kind of a topic, one word or two words. You have to give your opinion, you have to discuss both views, you have to give advantages or disadvantages, and you also talk about if the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So there are different types of essays. You have to know each and everything about the essay writing. There are three parts, as you know: introduction, body paragraphs, and then the conclusion. It's very easy to tell everything in seconds, but you have to practice them as many times as possible. And you know that the time is very crucial in IELTS. You must complete your tasks within the given time. If you are not able to complete your task within given time, then it will be a big disaster in IELTS. So this is another thing. You have to develop your skill that you do the task in given time. Like in IELTS writing, you know that 20 minutes are allowed for letter writing or report writing. So in 20 minutes you must practice it at home before you appear for IELTS. You must make sure, are you able to complete your task 1 or task 2 in IELTS writing within the given time? Like for essay writing, you have got 40 minutes. In 40 minutes you have to write 250 words essay. So these things are very important before you go for IELTS. Now let's talk about reading. As you know, vocabulary is the most important thing in reading. I think not only in reading, in all the modules the vocabulary is very important. You must have good smart words in your vocabulary that you can use either in your speaking, in your writing, and in reading you have to understand. If you don't understand what is written in the passage, then how will you be able to answer the questions? So in reading, you have to start first of all preparing your vocabulary. And vocabulary is really a hard work. It's not like that just within 1 or 2 days you can learn hundreds of words. And let me tell you, it's not like you just draw a line and you write the words and their meanings. No, it's not like that. You have to start reading, and in reading, when you find a word, you have to search its meaning on Google or any other source, and then you understand the meaning of that sentence, that what does it say. So vocabulary is very important in IELTS reading. I suggest you must start reading newspaper, articles, blogs, stories, novels, whatever. You know, vocabulary is really infinitive. I think there is no any limit. There are thousands of words that, I mean, you can't learn each and every word of English language, but you can try. That you must have good vocabulary so that in IELTS reading you can improve your band score. So from today you must start reading any source that you find, and you must make your own notes. You develop your own vocabulary, and this way, really, I'm very honest, I promise that you will not face any problem in reading. Now last but not the least is listening. Well, you know that in listening it's very important that you must be familiar with different accents. As you know, in IELTS listening there are different types of accents, and you have to understand them by all means, and then you will be able to answer your listening questions. In my opinion, you must start listening to English as much as possible every day. I think 1 to 2 hours you must spend. Don't just start preparing IELTS listening all of a sudden. First, you improve your listening in general. You understand different kinds of accents, and then whatever the task type is in listening, you will be able to complete it easily. So listening is something that can only be improved by listening to English. So this skill you can develop if you listen to English every day. I think this video is going to be very helpful for all of you who are preparing IELTS. I teach IELTS and different types of English proficiency tests. If you would like to join my online classes, you can contact me on this number. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll keep on uploading new videos about IELTS as well as English language. I'll see you very soon. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.